The Minnesota Vikings have made a very sneaky signing this afternoon of tight end Josh Oliver. We're going to be breaking down the implications this has on the Minnesota Vikings and the real reason they went and made this specific signing, as well as a few other roster moves that have been made today. We have a lot to touch on, ladies and gentlemen. As I mentioned in the last video, we have a lot of news coming out over these next few days and weeks as we get closer and closer to the NFL season. If you're looking for a spot for all of your Vikings news, you're in the right spot. Hit the sub button. Join us here on the channel. We know that just over 75% of you guys watching right now are not subscribed to the channel. Now, let's get straight into it. We have no time to waste. We got to go in here starting off with Tom Pelissero's tweet. Josh Oliver joins Byron Murphy as the 2023 free agent acquisitions to sign a second multi-year deal with the Minnesota Vikings, who continue to lock up their veteran core, and that is right. Josh Oliver has signed an extension with this Minnesota Vikings team, and going on once again, Ben Gosling tweeting this out, agreed to terms on tight end Josh Oliver. Deal worth $23.5 million for 3 years. Sources confirms his new deal runs through 2028. Now, this is a very interesting signing when it comes down to the Vikings' plans, what they're going forward with, and the way that Kwesi and Kevin O'Connell have built this team for JJ McCarthy in this upcoming season. We know that this team has been trying to not just get younger, but also remain in this Super Bowl window that they currently have with Justin Jefferson, with everybody in this defense who now, after this offseason, got a little bit older, but a lot better up at the line. And I think this is one thing that the Vikings are trying to continue with, is to up every aspect of this game. And Josh Oliver brings in a very interesting look, especially for the tight ends. Now, I would pull up his stats, but there's nothing really special to show about Josh Oliver on his stats in specific, because we know that Josh Oliver is a very, very good, if not the best, blocking tight end in the NFL. And that was the reason he was originally brought into this Vikings team, and it's proven that it has worked out well. They want him back, especially with the additions that we've made to this running back core, getting Jordan Mason. And it really goes to show as well what the Vikings are planning on doing over the next few seasons. Now, I want to go ahead here and pull up the depth chart, because let me go and look at the tight end. TJ Hawkinson, of course, is our number one, our guy that we want to see. We know he's going to be very, very good on this team, but then you want the backup. You want some depth here on this side of things. And Josh Oliver certainly is someone that can go out and absolutely catch the ball if you need to. He can go deep, go short, go in the slot, wherever you really want him. He can work out there, but it's not what he's brought in for. Now, after that, we have a 6th-round pick from this season, Gavin Bartholomew and Bryson Nesbitt. Not a lot of depth on the tight end there, and we will get into that here in a little bit of another move that they have made so far here on this afternoon, I guess we can say. But Josh Oliver is brought in because when we look at this running back core, Aaron Jones, someone who has been a bit injury-plagued the last few seasons, not as much as last year, played every game. Now, he was a bit beat up during some of those games, but it goes to show how good the blocking and the offensive line has been for the run game, although we want to see a bit better. I think that's why Josh Oliver was brought in back to this lineup. And we go with Jordan Mason, Ty Chandler, two very explosive running backs who have Jordan Mason a bit different. Last year we saw a bit more out of him in this beginning of the season with Christian McCaffrey injured, but Ty Chandler, someone who's been on this team, has shown the explosiveness, but has really, really yet to continue and show that at a high level due to just not being a starter for most part. But with Josh Oliver now bringing this back in, the run game is going to be something that the Vikings are going to be trying to continue working at this season. We know that with JJ McCarthy, this team is going to be a bit different. You know, we don't know exactly what JJ McCarthy is going to bring. He was a run-first quarterback, a running game, I guess we could say, first quarterback in Michigan. And last year, of course, the injury didn't bring him in. We didn't get to see what he's like at the NFL level. And this just gives another bit of a safety blanket for JJ McCarthy if, by some means, he is not exactly ready to go or healthy enough or not showing what we want to see at the NFL level, and the passing game is completely taken away. And being able to have a 3 set of running backs that can run the ball, hammer the ball, catch the ball, all 3 of these things, is very important for this Vikings team, and I think that Josh Oliver is an integral piece of this as well as the offensive line, but giving another blocking option there is something that the Vikings are certainly going to be looking at this year as that what-if and kind of backup scenario. And I do love this signing, of course. It is a very cheap one. It's nothing expensive that we're looking at. And when we go to Spot Track here and take a look at it, 3 years, 23.25, 7.75 per year. I think it's a phenomenal contract that brings him through 2029 season. 2028 expires. Free agent. That is going to be one sort I don't want to say a career for Josh Oliver, but certainly is giving him that option to have a career path here, and will be 33, going on 34 when this contract does expire. So I want to know what you guys think about this contract here in the comments below. I think it's one that we didn't really expect. There was a video I was going to make about a potential trade or what was going on. There was a few articles going over the idea of what's going to happen with Josh Oliver, but now this is kind of all wiped out. It's exactly what we want to see, bringing some help there on the run game. So let me know what you think about that in the comments below. But some more moves have been made by the Minnesota Vikings today. They have signed Giovanni Ricci as well. It's interesting timing for the Vikings to make this move. They signed Harmon initially after rookie minicamp, where he was a non-roster invite. His profile at 6'6", 240 was an intriguing one, but the Vikings have chosen to move on. Going on as well, Ricci was an undrafted free agent of the 2020 draft out of Western Michigan. Spent the time on the practice squad. Played multiple seasons for the Panthers from 21 to 23. Played 36 games with 4 starts. Caught 9 passes for 102 yards in those games. Gives him around 10-yard average on the catch. Just another guy to add the depth to. But I think the real reason that this signing was made was due to the fact that, as I mentioned earlier, the Vikings' depth on veteran tight ends is not as high as we want to. And this is what this article continues to say here. It's an intriguing one. Sensational, the Vikings may not be comfortable enough with just their tight end room at this time. TJ Hawkinson, Josh Oliver, and then it's 3 rookies. It really goes to show that they're trying to build up this team with the depth that they can get on the veteran. And, of course, as Josh Oliver, we mentioned, is a blocking tight end. TJ Hawkinson still had that injury before last season coming into it. Started a bit late last year. But really has been able to show that he's been a solid option. But it don't hurt to have the depth. And I think that's what the Vikings are really taking into mind here, into consideration with this. Because when you look at it, Gavin Bartholomew, undrafted free agents, Ben Urosek, and Bryson Nesbitt, getting a veteran to take over the Johnny Munt role is a valuable asset. Because that Johnny Munt has been a very valuable, as they say here, a valuable asset over the past few seasons. Especially when you're looking at, his sneaky kind of stats that he's had over the past few years. Some sneaky catches has been one of those, 4th or 5th options while on the field, but has been one that has been incredibly reliable when needed. So it doesn't really hurt at all bringing in some help for TJ Hawkinson, Josh Oliver, give him that extra weapon there for JJ McCarthy. And that's one thing that Kevin O'Connell has said that he wants to do. Make sure that JJ McCarthy has had every option he can, everything he needs to be able to be successful on this team. So I want to know what you guys think about both these moves here today. It certainly seems like the Vikings are cleaning up the loose ends, I guess we could say, for this upcoming season. They want to make sure that JJ has everything going correctly. They want to make sure that this lineup is built to the best of its abilities. As we've kind of said, that this window is open and now slowly starting to close. So let me know what you think about the moves here in this video. It's all I got here. And as I mentioned, though, we have a lot of Vikings news coming over the next days and weeks. A lot of stuff like this that you may not see on your regular headline. So we'll have it all here for you guys. But that's all I got in this video. If you did enjoy, give it a like, hit the sub button as well. You guys are the best, but I'm signing out. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a great day. See you later.